What's up everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about the EDP445 situation. For those who don't know who he is, he went viral on social media for being a meme. He's a very big YouTuber and had a very big supportive fan base. But the big news we're talking about is EDP445 getting cut in 4K, doing and saying some heinous things.
Like, you need to go to jail, man.
Hey, he's using my phone to record. You call him?
Dude, please. You call him.
Call the cops. Explain what's going on.
Explain to the cops what you're doing here, why you came out, and what you did. You need to get help. We're honestly... No, hold on. Call the cops.
He's being accused of being a pedophile and an immoral person. Not accused, actually, he is doing and behaving like a predatory and criminal person. He claims he isn't one, but all this evidence is stacked heavily against him. He swears that he never was going to do anything, even at one point saying he was just going to get a cupcake whenever he was meeting up with the girl.
That? Go ahead. Well, I was actually coming out here to pick up a cupcake and then go back home.
He deflected everything thrown at him, even though he was already caught and everybody knew what he had done and said. There are videos circulating everywhere and pictures of him acting this way, acting really inappropriate with minors. He was messaging this girl on Instagram, got caught whenever he went to meet her. The girl was 13 and EDP was 29. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that EDP445 was going to do some heinous things. He was caught by a group of people trying to expose him for the person he was. He believed he was meeting up with a 13-year-old to do some supposedly sexually things to her, but it all turned out it was just a trap. The group of people who caught EDP445 was by a channel named Predator Poachers. You may think that these people are good people, but they really aren't. The person behind the elaborate scheme is a terrible person. His name is Alex, and he said some horrible things. In this video, not one person acted appropriate. They may have caught a predator, but what they did is still unjustly. Alex from the Predator Poachers exposed all around social media for saying racist things about black people. People have dug up dirt from his past of him acting like an absolute idiot. They found out he said the N-word several times, which in this time of the world is absolutely a no-no. He said it on live, which he decided to broadcast it to the entire world, knowing fully hundreds and if not thousands of people are watching. He also supposedly said the hard R multiple times, just being a terrible and awful person. He deserves whatever punishment is coming his way. He claims it's just a joke or a troll, but we all know it's just an excuse to cover up for him being a racist. Now back to the main topic of this video. EDP445 is on his way down a path he can never come back from. He ruined his life all over something he should have never done in the first place. He can't go anywhere now without being recognized as the guy who tried to lure a 13-year-old minor, actively sexually talking to her, trying to meet up with her, and also trying to do some illegal things with her. This man needs to be arrested right now and sent to jail for a minimum of 20 years. There's absolutely nobody on his side, and if they are, I question their existence on earth. We don't assume if he is or isn't a pedophile. We know for an absolute fact he is. No evidence to show that EDP445 is not a pedophile. The thing is that this isn't the first time EDP has done something like that. He's done it 2 or 3 times in the span of a year or so. The sad thing was that there were so many people in the world that looked up to this man. He was a comedic person who would get hundreds of thousands and sometimes millions of views on his videos. People generally liked watching EDP445 videos and were there just to laugh. He has let down so many people, and it's just a shame. Let's get into the messages that EDP445 and the girl were saying back and forth. He said several inappropriate things, calling her babe, baby girl. The list keeps going on and on. He at one point said word for word, "I always wanted to get to know someone young and a little cutie like yourself. Someone who wasn't afraid to show an interest in me even though our age gap is so big." Now, if that doesn't sound like one of the most perverted things ever said to a minor by an adult, I don't know what it is. EDP is 16 years older than this girl. She barely has any knowledge of this outside world. He knew fully that the girl he was talking to was 13, and she even said it multiple times, and EDP didn't care. EDP445 needs to get a very lengthy sentence of 20 years without parole. He is a menace to society, an absolute corrupted man. A man who was trying to lure an underage girl to do very terrible stuff to her and saying very illegal things that he was going to do. This takes the cake, and he said, and I'm not kidding, handcuff you, throw you in the back of my car, and bring you to my dungeon, lol. Laugh out loud. What he said right there deserves another 5 years added to his sentence. He said he was going to handcuff her, basically kidnapping, and bringing her into his dungeon without consent. I'll have you guys know the age 13 isn't nowhere in the United States law able to consent to anything sexually related or just consent to anything in general. This is absolutely disgusting, horrible behavior for a man who's grown, has been on this planet for 29 coming on 30 years. This is outrageous, and anybody who's still trying to back up this man needs to be in jail with him. The last 2 years have been the craziest and most insane years I've ever been a part of. But that's going to wrap up this video. Thank you to everybody who sat there and listened to me ramble for the past couple of minutes. It really does mean a lot to me, you have no idea. I like making videos like this, and if you do too, comment a video topic you want me to discuss. I'd be more than happy to do so. If you enjoyed, subscribe, it's free, and if you want to unsubscribe, you can always do that. Comment on this video so I can interact with y'all and have fun, guys, with my supporters. Last thing, if you want me to play a certain game in the background of the next video, I'm more than likely to do so. As usual, love you guys. I'll see you later or until we meet again.